Millions of people swipe, hoping, guessing, competing. Most never understand what's really happening. Attraction online isn't random, it's positioning, it's psychology, it's perception. One photo can elevate you, one message can separate you, one mistake can erase you. Modern dating isn't about love first, it's about strategy first. And the ones who understand the game don't chase, they attract. Love at first click. Dirty little secrets to succeed at modern online dating. Stop swiping blindly, start playing sharp.
Yo, it's official, like a referee with a whistle. So are we going to Ghana Juneteenth? Now this is a question that somebody asked me, and I say, hey, I'm toward to Ghana. I don't know anybody over there, not anymore. You know, and then it's high ass tour. This 3,400. Oh hell, I'm not. And then you what? Do you pay online? Let me see. Let's see what happens. Well, you pay. Shit, link don't even what? Let me see. Shit don't even work. Man, hold up. I'm just go along with it. See, the link don't even work. That's even worse. You know, if I was, first of all, I would be very I wouldn't trust or order anything online in Ghana or any of these countries, Nigeria, Niger, any of these countries over there that's known. They're known for scams. That's just the reality, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would be very careful about ordering anything online. You know, that's just me. You know, I just don't trust. It's just too many goddamn scams that I've heard horror stories where people have told me things that have happened to them when they went to these countries. I've heard a lot of good things about Ghana. I heard a lot of bad things about Ghana. And the bad just unfortunately has overweighed the good. I've heard horror stories, man. I've heard all kinds of wild shit. And me personally, I don't handle situations like that well. If I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. So I just don't go at all. I'm just not, I don't want to be around it at all. So seems like every time I try to book something, it doesn't work. So now you got one tour. This is Chicago. I don't understand. One is 1,500, 2,900, 4,000. But what am I getting? See, that's the thing. What am I getting on this tour? Exactly. And is the plane ticket a part of it? Probably not. But what am I getting? That's, I don't know what any of this shit means. All I see is a tour of the coast. But, I don't give a shit about any touring no coast or going out in the damn woods. I don't want to do any of that shit. I mean, I don't like walking. So what? None of this would interest me. That's just me. This is $4,000. What, a $350 deposit? I don't know. Maybe this type of stuff. Maybe there's a lot of people out here that like these type of tours. I don't know, but not me. And then especially if there's it's hard to trust a lot of these goddamn people. It's just too much shit that comes along with dealing with a lot of people. That's why there's certain places I've visited one time. I never wanted to go back because it's just too much. It's too much shit comes along with going to certain places. You know, I don't. You know, that's just me though. You might disagree. You might feel like, hey man, this is a motherland. But okay, cool. Knock yourself out. You might have had a great experience being in Ghana or Nigeria and these countries. That's fantastic. I'm happy you have. You know what I'm saying? But I will never have a good experience in none of these countries. You know why? Because I'm not going to any of these countries. I'm probably never going to go. And you know, want to know why? Because I don't really know anybody in these countries. I know people that's from there. I know people that live there, but I don't really know them well enough to plan a trip and go there. Hell no. And if I was to go to any of these countries, they're gonna have and meet somebody, or I guess seriously trying to get to know somebody. I'm not going there first. No, we're gonna have to meet somewhere else on neutral ground before I decide to go where you from. Hell, that might be a setup. You know, hell no. I'm not. And don't be naive and act like, oh man, you just paranoid. You know, ain't nobody gonna try to set you up. Bullshit. A lot of these damn people, they try to turn us into a goddamn cash machine in these damn countries. You know, it seems like when we go over to these countries, parts of Africa, you know, we go over there with respect. Everybody else go over there exploiting their ass. You know what I'm saying? So when we try to be nice, they take it their kindness for weakness. So the hell with that? I ain't about to set myself up. Hell, I ain't no. I'm not in the 20s no more. You can't get me like that. You know? And plus, let's say if I was to meet somebody seriously, and I say, you know what? We've been talking for a while. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna take a trip over there. And I'm gonna hang out with you for a weekend or something like that, or 4 days, right? And I remember one time this broad, I was like, yo, you work weekends? She said, yeah. Can you take Friday off? She said, no. I said, oh, hell no, I ain't coming then. No, bitch, you can't take at least one day off on your stinking ass job. You know, so I said, what the hell I'm supposed to do when you working? I ain't never been over there before. I'm supposed to just be strolling down the street by myself, waiting on you to get off so you can come back to wherever you live at. And plus, am I staying with her or I'm staying at a hotel? Shit, I don't know. We didn't even go that far. But I'm just saying, I ain't about to be strolling down the street, hanging out someplace I've never been before. I have no clue about this place because I ain't never been there before. And I don't know anyone that's been there before. So if you can't at least take one day off, I ain't trying to tell you to take the whole fucking weekend off or the whole week off. Just one day. You can't take at least one day off. I ain't coming. Hell no. You know, and that's exactly what happened. I didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? No, no. I'm like, bitch, if I got to sacrifice, you got to sacrifice too. And if that ain't the case, I ain't coming. And I didn't go. You know what I'm saying? No. If I'm flying all the way over there, 12 hours, you can't take a day off? No. That's why I say it's best the first time y'all meet on a mutual ground. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you don't know what you might not like how this broad living. She might live in the slums. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know until you get to know her. You know what I'm saying? You just met her last month. And 30 days later, you flying over there to Nigeria somewhere, and she pick you up from the airport, and you realize this broad live in the slums. Yeah, no. No. And now you all fucked up. Now you having regrets. Cause you ain't never lived like that before. I ain't never lived like that before. I'm from the country. I ain't never lived in no hood or no slums. I don't want to be in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shitting on nobody. I just don't want to live like that. I don't want to stay in a hotel like that. I don't want to stay in a neighborhood like that. If I had to do it, I had to do it. But I don't have to do it today. Fuck that. This is why it takes time to get to know people. Because you look, you just never know, man. You got to be careful. You know, it takes time to get to know people. You can get a feel on who you're dealing with. Because a lot of times, a lot of these people could be lying. She might be telling you, you might be thinking she live in a goddamn palace, but meanwhile, she live in a goddamn mousetrap. Hell no. Now you upset. You know what I'm saying? You probably travel over there with 2 suitcases and shit. You ain't got room for your damn suitcase. You know? Shit. No, man. No, man. And then if you do if you are staying at her house, she's staying with her family. And she forgot to tell you she's staying with her family. You know what I'm saying? They don't really got no room for you. You know what I'm saying? They barely got room for themselves. Because they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people in the goddamn house. I mean, shit, is anybody gonna move out this motherfucking shit? And you be like, yeah, we can get a hotel. Then you be like, man, we can get a hotel tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or for the rest of the days that you're gonna be there. Because you realize the house is full up with goddamn people. You can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you came, if it's your first or second time meeting this person, you trying to do something. You trying to do something at 2 something. But you can't do shit if everybody in here, there's no room for any of that. Y'all don't got no privacy. Come on, man. No. So this is why you have to get to know people and establish things up front, you know. But I ain't going no damn Juneteenth in Ghana. I could do that shit here in America. What the hell I'm going over there for? I ain't African. I ain't got no relatives in Africa. Even in my family tree, I ain't found nobody in my family tree, you know. So I don't got no cousins over there. Don't know nobody in Ghana, and don't care to really know anybody over there. So I don't have a reason to go over there. And these high ass prices, I ain't paying for that shit. I don't care how much it was. I ain't going. Period. So are you planning on going over there? If so, let me know. Like, share this episode. Tell me what you think below. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm out.
Like and subscribe.